What's up, tribe? It's Nadja here, and today we are going to be doing an Ask the Tribe segment. Sorry I'm out of breath. I just was like running around in my house. Today we are going to be doing the question of the week, and today's question is, what was the incident at your job? If you would like to find out how to become on this segment, just stay and wait until the end, okay? So the question of the week is, what was the incident at your job? I'm just gonna get right on into it because we had hella entries this week. So Darylyn says a teenager had diarrhea and took a shit in the fitting room and used some of the merchandise to clean it up. Ew. That is so freaking trifling. Did they buy the clothes? Ariana says, when I was working at Taco Bell, this man was so disgusting that not only did he leave a very bad odor in the restaurant, he left shit all over the toilet seat and the floor. Since I was working front counter, I had to clean his mess. What correlation does that make? Like, you work in the register, so that means you clean bathrooms. Like, every restaurant I worked in, I always told them that is like my #1 no-no, because I was a cleaning lady, I was a housekeeper at one point, and I don't want to be dealing with no old people explosion farts. They're making you deal with Taco Bell explosion farts. That's abuse. Nyla submitted 2 stories on the slide. Guys, 1 story, so I'm gonna pick the first story that she submitted. And she said, we had 2, I'm only gonna pick 1. I used to work at this pharmacy and our assistant store manager was a lazy piece of ass. He was supposed to be unloading all the shit from the inventory truck. Because of part 2, got a coworker with prior back issues to do it instead. She got injured and was out of work for 2 months. He didn't document her shit, so she couldn't get workers' comp. Wow.
Give me your fucking money!
She tried to sue, so the company fired her. I still would have sued. Because that is like, that's the whole point of getting workers' compensation, especially in a job like this, like loading inventory. Like, nah, I would have had to sue too. But if that's your incident, that means that you work for a very, very big pharmacy for sure. Taylor says, a woman made a return at my store and was charged a return tax of 62 cents. I tried explaining that taxes are automatically applied and out of my control, but she flipped out, calling my cashier and myself the R word. I refused to deal with her and told her to call customer service to get her 62 cents on a gift card. Then she started wishing cancer on me, saying, I hope you get cancer all over your body. Why am I getting Caucasian 50-year-old white woman teased from this? Because, bruh, who the fuck does all this over 62 cents?
Is it talking about me?
Broke nigga
I think so, my nigga.
Broke nigga.
Lyricville says, my property manager had a shootout at her house on the property because of her son, and she was transferred to another property. What the heck? You just had a full-blown out shootout?
Ah, the ghetto!
What the fuck? Flojo88 says, working at a Kroger, an older man was walking through the store and poop was just falling out of his pants. So are you telling me this man is just walking and there's just little doo-doo turd, like pebblets, falling out his pant leg? Or like, was it like a sludge trail? That's disgusting. Jasmine says, we had a higher up manager that would boost from Walmart electronics, TVs, games, phones, laptops. He got caught and all her shit got repossessed. Her kids even got taken away. Nobody knows what happens to her since. That is so fucking sad, because that's not the only instance I've heard of people boosting out of places that they work at. It's really, really sad that her kids got taken away for it though. But all that shows is that this isn't her first time doing shit like that. Gail says, I worked in a cafe in Barnes & Noble and there was a guy jacking off at our table, and another time some old man flashed some teenage girls in the store. Oh my god, that's so fucking disgusting. What did y'all do? Like, did you call the police? Did you tell them to get out? Like, what did y'all do? Pamela says, I caused the incident. Don't worry, I caused one of the incidents at my job too, girl. I caused the incident. I was working at this hospital and the closet bathroom was a patient bathroom. When I flushed the toilet, the water started overflowing and flooding the bathroom. So embarrassing. Well, hey, at least the worst you did was flood a fucking bathroom. I mean, at my job, somebody lit a bathroom on fire. So don't beat yourself up too much. At least nobody was hurt or fired for your expense, you know? Jose Cruz 98 says, I worked for a nicer retirement home. One only retired doctors and lawyers reside out. Ooh, bourgeois. And we polished the silverware and fold it together in a napkin nice and neat every night. Tell me why the table we always used, a lady had passed away there. And the story has it that she was left there for a while because we thought she was sleeping. Oh my God, that's so scary. Is that like a common thing in retirement communities and stuff like that? Like, do y'all mistaken a dead person for sleeping a lot? Like, let me know, because that would be like the scariest thing of my job. Like, whether it be taking care of old animals or old people, like me being the one to find them dead, like that's one of my like, you know, let me know in the comments. All right, so Destiny, yours was a little long, sis, but you sent me a book before and then you sent me a brochure. So I'm gonna read your brochure because at least you knew that you sent me a book, so you tried to revise. So I'm not gonna give you too much, but this was a little lengthy. Destiny says, one night I was closing along with two guys. I counted my drawer and set it next to the safe so the supervisor could recount it. Next day, my manager calls me to the back to tell me my drawer was over 400 short. Bro, being over 400 short is like low-key like a felony. Like, this is serious. He says he knows I didn't steal and he's gonna get to the bottom of it. I came in a day or two later and the regional manager, the manager, and the assistant manager were there, followed by two police officers. That's what I'm saying, like this is a felony at this point. I'm in front of helping customers and this guy who couldn't stand me comes in. A couple minutes later, he runs out in tears, followed by police officers. Turns out, after my drawer was reviewed, he stuffed the money in his pants to take his pregnant girlfriend on a shopping spree.
That ship has sailed and sank.
Okay, this one is a little lengthy too, so I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but I'm just, y'all can just try to keep it condensed. I understand that some information is important, but some of the people I've asked to condense it literally just condense it into 3 sentences. Like, it's not that crazy. Like, for example, I'm about to tell the incident at my job. Somebody set some shit on fire. Like, well, actually that wasn't. The incident at my job was that the supervisor was fucking everybody. But see, that was 2 sentences, 2 different instances. If you wanted to slide in 2 instances, short, sweet. But anyway, B-Beauty 1023 says, I'm a coordinator for a childcare service and we literally have an incident every other day, I bet. One of the more memorable ones happened at last year's camp. A kindergartner going into 1st grade crawled on his hands and knees up to a little girl and said, I'm gonna eat, what?
Where are your parents?
This ain't it, sis. Then he goes to a boy and says,
Kid's sketchy.
Who is teaching him that? Oh my God. I'm still not done. Then he chases said kids and somehow ends up under the bleachers pulling out his stuff. Oh my God, I hope y'all called CPS or something, because I know, like, when kids do shit like that means something happened to them. And it was fun talking to his mom about it, not. But on the real, we can tell little dude is somewhat on the spectrum, but his mom is in denial and won't get him tested. This kid keeps my job fresh with shenanigans every day. Serenity says, I work in a really small restaurant and most of the people who come in are older. So it was a Saturday and it was absolutely slammed. All of a sudden, me and my coworkers start smelling that good, okay? And we're all looking around like fiends trying to figure out which one of these boomers is packing. Girl, in Florida, the boomers here be having that good, okay? And I'm not talking about eggplant emoji.
Okay.
A few minutes later, the woman's bathroom door opens and we get hit with the smell. And out walks this little old lady in her 80s looking happy as fuck, and I walk in the bathroom after her and she left the ash in the sink. My boss asked her nicely not to smoke in our bathrooms and she responded he could use some of what she just had, and she was banned from the restaurant. She was wildin', Batty Winkle for the win. Like, what the fuck? But no, honestly, when I go to the dispensaries and stuff, there is this one little old lady at this specific dispensary in Riverside in my city, and she is old. Like, she's at least like 85, 90 years old. She has a little dab vape pen and she just be walking around with her little cane and she just be vaping. It's so cute. Pluto says, when I was working in the prepared foods department, yes, it's from the same supermarket that I'm currently working at. Okay, this is before I moved to the bakery department. 2 customers randomly fought each other out of nowhere when it was my turn to bag their stuff over one of the security guards that works near the department. I made the announcement that the girls are fighting.
The girls are fighting. The girls are fighting.
It was so bad the police had to intervene and stop the Hidden Valley Ranch ratchetry from escalating into getting even worse. The girls love fighting at the grocery store, especially the Walmart. They love fighting at the Walmart. But you're just like me. If they would have been fighting in front of me, I would have been like,
no, that's pussy though. No, up out of here. She keep fucking standing there not like
security. Security to the front.
oh shit, wait a minute.
You need a hair tie, bitch? You want to tie your shit up? Oh, okay. Lynn says, while working at an organic grocery store, this woman walked around the store spreading conspiracy theories and going on rants about the food industry. After 30 minutes, we had to ban her and escort her off the property. That sounds like an incident at an organic grocery store. Just some like crazy white woman walking up in there with her yoga pants on.
It's all in the Matrix, people.
Hillary Thomas says, I remember working in retail for my winter break. There was only one day in January where 2 different customers slapped 2 different cashiers. I almost died that day by slipping on a ladder in a crowded stock room. So you got 2 incidents. No, this is 1 incident. So you are watching this and you on a ladder and you just see that your customers slap the cashier. THRS says, one time I was working at KFC and this old man apparently just had some type of surgery where he couldn't control his bowels. So this seems like a very common thing amongst the incidents at work that have to do with fecal matter and human waste. Went to the bathroom and later he came out and this other lady in the lobby let the man know he had shit all over the back of his pants. Oh my God. Later I went outside to take him his food and he apologized for the mess. I said it was okay till I went to the men's bathroom and it looked like someone made a snow angel out of shit on the floor. I feel so fucking bad because my grandma has Crohn's disease, which is like very similar. It's basically IBS, but like more shit on top. And she tells me all the time, my grandma is like well equipped. She has all types of bathroom shit. She's the type of person where if she has an accident somewhere, my grandma will literally like call me and be like, hey, I need to get picked up because I'm in this bathroom and I've been cleaning for the past 15-20 minutes. Like she's that type of person where I'm pretty sure it has to be embarrassing for her, but like my grandma's very open about having Crohn's disease and she's in groups and stuff like that. That's why I do sympathize for people with like IBS and stuff like that because they really can't control it. Like this guy could not have controlled it and I feel bad. And now it's making me think how many other of the people before probably had like IBS or had a surgery or something like that. Mackenzie says a coworker got into it with 2 customers and they tried to jump across the counter and hit her, but another coworker blocked the hit. We all ended up staying late this day, which was Christmas Eve, because the girls who tried to attack my coworker said they would wait outside to jump her.
I was waiting on you at the door.
Mabel Vutamaro, I assume that's how it's pronounced. I was the incident at my job. I used to work at a theater cafeteria, so one day I get a call from an actress and she asked me to bring her a cup of coffee. The way to go there was a completely dark staircase and it was the theater staff's job to open the lights there during intermission, but they forgot to put the lights on. So I run to bring her the coffee because I had to be in the cafe during intermission, blah, blah, blah. Guys, no fluff, please. And I stumbled down 2 flights of stairs and hit my head against the wall. My foot got so swollen I couldn't get my shoe out. Staff found me because of the noise I made while falling and I went to the emergency room. I couldn't walk for 2 months and I got fired from the job because I would have sued the fuck out of their ass. I would have sued the fuck out of them. Like what? Boy Joy says, just yesterday this dude came in and picked up a stuffed animal, some candy, and a Visa card, making it look like a gift for somebody. Then he asked to put $300 on the card using credit. We know what that means. I don't know, any of my non-Floridians, y'all probably don't know what that means, but
Gotcha.
Now, if you aren't an idiot, then you know that that's impossible to do that. Not only is it impossible to do, but that's like scammer activity. After about 20 minutes of trying to convince me to help him, he dips out. I couldn't help but think he was sketchy as fuck, but I'm not allowed to assume anything. Not even 15 minutes later, this lady comes in asking if somebody spent $11.16, the exact amount that guy spent. This dude literally stole her purse from her job. We had to call the cops, give statements, look at the cameras and everything. That's trifling. So he stole a girl's purse from his job and came up and swiped it. Wow. Dante says, man, here we go again in my CJ from GTA voice. Dante, you need to work on your length too, sir. But this one, I really want to do. 2 things happened this day. I worked at a pick and save after about a year of trying to become a cashier and the particular manager not liking me because of the other manager who hired me did. 7 a.m. cashier and this British Caucasian woman came in. She had a lettuce I couldn't find because I didn't know what it was. After some time, she calls me the N-word with a hard ER.
I'm about to beat this up.
And she calls in to complain from her car. Love and Hip Hop style, security stopped me. Security got a building behind the store. I knew what she was saying because I was in the office and I heard the conversation. I got caught eating a donut at my station and the Oswald built bitch throws half of the donut away, put the other half and eat it literally behind her back. This was a fucking doozy, Dante. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like you were probably doing like the text to speech. But basically what I got from this is he was working at the grocery store. Some lady asked him to get a specific type of lettuce. There's only like so many different types of lettuce out there. He called him the hard ER. He tried to lunge at her. Security was like, nope. And then somebody came and said, fuck his food. That's what I got from that. So the last one is from AKB. And she says, I work at a gym and a grown-ass man was getting undressed in front of everybody.
Hold the fuck up.
Like eggplant emoji out. We also had another guy who stood outside jacking while staring at, oh my God. And that's like my big fear about going to gyms, because I know that some of the guys there are just there to be fucking creeps and like touch on you and like, oh, you're not doing that right. Let me, like, ew. So yeah guys, that is it for today's Ask the Tribe. If you guys want to have your entries shown on my segment, all you have to do is submit your entry to the forum. I will be posting a new question every Monday and they will be up until midday Tuesday. Everybody's entry will be read as long as it is short, sweet, to the point, and is answering the question. That's pretty much it. I will see you guys next time. Bye.